McKinney, Texas is one of the popular cities of North Dallas and even of Texas. So in this video, we're going to be discussing pros and the cons of living in McKinney. Guys, my name is Shanza and you're watching the Life in Dallas channel, where we talk about all things living in the Dallas metro. And your girl here is a real estate agent, so make sure to reach out to me, you guys, if you guys have any buying and selling needs, or if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. All my contacts are going to be in the description box below. Now let's get started. Now McKinney is definitely one of the hot spots. A lot of times when people are thinking to move around the Dallas metro, they're always looking into the suburb that's called McKinney. And McKinney is actually the second largest in Collin County, and Collin County is including like Allen, Plano, Frisco. All those cities are in Collin County, excuse me. There's about 31 cities in this county, so it's a big county. And there's like Plano, McKinney is the second largest, right after Plano. Plano is the #1 largest suburb in Collin County, and it's also the county seat, where have like the county clerk's offices. They have like the jails, the courts there. Majority of them are going to be in McKinney. Now McKinney has been rated one of the best places to live by many publications, and that is due to the beautiful homes, the thriving economy, highly rated schools, the influx of jobs here, and the amenities that McKinney provides to its residents. Now, tons of residents here. There's over 200,000 people that reside in McKinney, so McKinney is huge. Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport is about 35-40 minutes away, and it's about 45-ish minutes away from downtown Dallas as well. So it's a good distance away, and I love McKinney because it's kind of like off on the side, and it's really away from all the hustle and bustle, yet you're close to it, so if you ever do want to get involved in that, so that's amazing. Let's get on with the pros. The #1 pro is the amenities and activities that they have here in McKinney, starting with award-winning downtown, including shops, restaurants. They have like different antique shops, they have art galleries, they have craft shops, they have live shows here throughout the year. They have amazing holiday programs and holiday activities here. So many people come here to this vibrant historic downtown. And then it also has a performance arts center, which is huge. They have a lot of shows here, and I personally went to shows here in the performing arts center. It was theater shows, and they were just so amazing, you guys. And it's just so crazy that so many people sleep on these kind of things. It's really something to explore if you guys haven't done that yet, or if you're open to new things, and I really think you're gonna enjoy that. Other than that, they have like many restaurants, bars, and just so much to do here. Definitely a place where you can spend the evening with your family. The second attraction in McKinney is the Adriatica Village. Now this is a 45-acre village modeled after a fishing village in Croatia. It's really like stepping into an old European city. Now this consists of many structures like the bell tower, the chapel, and it's next to this beautiful waterfront area, also suitable for fishing. Now this village has multiple restaurants, it has shops, it has office spaces, it has fitness centers for its residents, it has residential communities consisting of homes and condos and apartments. They also have senior housing as well. Just a very scenic place to go to, have a picnic, take a stroll, and just so many people. Every time I come here, there's always people taking professional pictures of like their wedding, or just like couples pictures, or like family pictures, lots of anniversary and prom pictures, okay? But yeah, very beautiful place to do that. If you're looking for a place to have a photo shoot, then Adriatica Village is a good option as well. But yeah, this is definitely an attraction within McKinney. McKinney also has like a plethora of parks. Now just one of those parks is called the Town Lake Rec Center. Now this is a beautiful area consisting of like playground, they have volleyball nests, they have 2 miles of trails, they have a pond for fishing. Just like a great area to be in, to take a break from the regular activities of life and enjoy nature. They also have these little beautiful ducks here to, you know, this is actually the first time that I went to this area, and it was a really nice park. I really liked it. It was just, there's a lot of trees, so even if you're going in the summer, there's gonna be like lots of shade. Also known for its like sports facilities around like the rec centers. They have like tons of facilities for all different types of sports, including soccer, basketball, golf, cricket, lacrosse, disc golf, ice skating. They have hockey, they have skateboarding, they have tennis, they have swimming, and the list just goes on. Now I did mention golf, and there's a couple golf courses in McKinney. One of the famous ones is TPC Golf and Country Club, and this is at Craig Ranch. This is a 18-hole championship golf course. It has restaurants, there's tennis courts here too, there's a fitness center, pools, social events for the entire family. Definitely a place where so many people go to. So if you're an outdoors person or a sports person, then McKinney is definitely a good option for you. They also have the Herd Natural Museum and Wildlife Sanctuary, and this really brings together people and nature because it consists of 289 acres of preserved land that has trails. Also have a butterfly gardens and live dinosaurs along with other exhibits. Very cool to take your kids, or even you can go yourself. That's also a place where several people go to. The second pro is the amazing neighborhoods and communities along with schools. Is the like main attraction for several clients, and they just really like the homes and the neighborhoods. Okay, they like the cleanliness of it, and that has a lot to do with, you know, communities that are in HOAs. They have HOA communities versus non-HOA communities. If your home is in the HOA, then they take care of the landscaping. They make everything look pretty. They don't want like trash cans or like broken like cars out in the front, or like your boat out parked in the street or something like that. So that needs to be away from the view of people. So they make the community look clean and sleek, which inevitably raises the prices of the homes and that community because people want to live in those type of communities. Okay, so just drive through a HOA community, drive through a non-HOA community, you'll see a huge difference. And that's why so many clients of mine start to like prefer to have a HOA community, because it also provides amenities. Yes, you have to pay for it yearly, but it's still nice to have those things. Like some of them will provide like fitness centers, swimming pools, parks and trails, splash pads. Some even provide dog parks. So there's several amenities spread out throughout the neighborhood. By the way, before I show you guys these neighborhood videos, this was on Flag Day, okay? And I didn't know it was Flag Day, and I saw all those flags, and I'm like, why are people have their flags out? Like, this must be a holiday, because people are not that patriotic where they have this flags where everybody has just flags in front of their house, but it was actually National Flag Day. That's why you're gonna see all these flags. The first community that we're gonna talk about is the Trinity Falls community. Now the Trinity Falls community is a master plan community. It's way up north, like almost going into Melissa, and there's like a lot of like land and country space out there. A lot of times people don't want to be that far away, like they don't want to be that far away from like Plano or Allen or like Dallas or Frisco or something like that. And a lot of like farmland, but other than that, this community has homes priced from the $340,000 over to $1 million, and they have hiking and biking trails, they have parks, they have splash pads, they have a pool, they have dog parks, they have a new amenity center that's in the works, which is going to have like a fitness center, and they'll have like an event lawn here. So I would love to see how that will look. And they also have a 55 plus senior community, and they also have new phases coming up, so that's great. But this is a huge community. It just goes on and on and on, and that's why they have like several amenities spread out within different subdivisions. So if you're not close to a park, they'll like build a park near you or something like that. So if you're looking for like absolutely new construction and you love these type of communities and you don't mind the distance, then great option for you. The next community we're going to talk about is Tucker Hill. Now Tucker Hill is one of McKinney's like most popular neighborhoods, I believe, and it dates back to 2008. It starts from 525,000, well over $1 million. It offers a close-knit atmosphere, lush amenities including parks and lounges and resort style pool. They have a clubhouse there as well. They have trails and open spaces and fountains. And let's not forget about this beautiful fountain park, which is kind of like the centerpiece of this neighborhood. And honestly, it's just so beautiful to be in this area, and looking at these homes, it kind of just reminds me of like being in like a different state. Like, I don't know why, like when I was driving through there, like my sister was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of living in New Jersey, and I'm like, oh wait, this does kind of give those kind of vibes. Very close knit, like I mentioned, so their community is very like involved. They have like host events throughout the year for like holidays, for like Easter, or like, you know, 4th of July, or whatever the case is. Next up, it's the Grove at Craig Ranch. Now this is just one of the communities at Craig Ranch, and this is also a master plan community. It was built around 2019, so it's very new, ranging from the high 300,000s to over 600,000s. Now this neighborhood provides an array of amenities including like playgrounds, covered picnic areas with grills. They have swing sets, green belts, walking and biking trails. So this is very much a vibrant kind of mid-sized neighborhood in a prime location as well. And you know, they have like this center area where they have like this whole parks and open space here where kind of everybody in the neighborhood kind of gets around. So that's only 3 neighborhoods in McKinney. So, you know, check out my neighborhood video. I'll probably post it in a couple of days. So if you're watching this way later, then I've already posted it, but that will include more neighborhoods if you're interested in that. By the way, if you guys are liking this content, then please make sure to hit the like and hit the subscribe if you guys want more content like this. It will mean the world to me. Third pro is the schools. Now, McKinney ISD has 20 elementary schools. It has 5 middle schools and 3 high schools. And McKinney High School, that it was ranked in the U.S. News and World Report of one of the best high schools in the country. And McKinney ISD schools are rated above average on niche.com. McKinney ISD is actually number 7th school district in Collin County. And the student to teacher ratio is 15:1, which is great because that's a low student to teacher ratio. It's even lower in other cities nearby. And let me tell you something, low student to teacher ratio has proved to bring about economic achievement in students, so that is great. These schools have advanced programs where they can earn different certificates even when they're in high school, so when they graduate they're already certified in different things, which is amazing. I'm so glad that they have programs like this for kids, and they also have like other programs that your children can be in if, like, you know, if you like arts, or if you like theater, if you like technology, or whatever the case is. They have like several programs for them to be in. They really set them up for success. They have like programs all throughout the year where students can like connect with colleges, and it's just amazing that they have that type of system. I really wish that they had something like this when I was in school. I mean, like, I'm not that old, but the fact that, you know, like if you're going to McKinney and your main priorities is the education of your children, then you're in the right spot. And you know, that's so great that you're thinking like that for your children, because sometimes like we wish that our parents took a look at some of the ratings that schools that we went to. It was ridiculous. Okay, like right now when we look back, we're just like, that was horrible. Like, they're just like, why did we even send you guys here? Number 4 is that it has a booming economy. Now, according to Wallet Hub, in 2018 it was named the 5th in the nation in local economic growth, and it takes a balanced approach to focus on small to large businesses, industrial development, large industries, in health are here. They strive in social assistance, retail, tech, construction, aviation. There's tons of future development for McKinney as well. There's companies that are wanting to move in the McKinney area as well. And speaking of healthcare, which I mentioned, McKinney is top notch in healthcare, which brings me to my 5th pro. Is 4 of the largest private employers are Baylor Scott and White, Medical City McKinney, Raytheon, and Global Life. Now, I can attest because I have been to Medical City, McKinney so many times. Every time when somebody is sick in our family, we go to Medical City, McKinney. Even though we have other medical facilities that are close to us, we don't go to the Medical City in Plano. We go to the Medical City in McKinney. And let me tell you something. That's just, those facilities are much newer compared to Medical City McKinney. I like Medical City McKinney better than I did Medical City of Plano. Now, comparing those two, Plano facility is much older, and I don't know if this was just like my experience, but the people are just much more attentive and caring at the McKinney facility. I don't know if it was just me or it's just, the time that I went, the situation I was in, they were just more attentive. I don't know. But that's the vibes that I got from Medical City McKinney. Their hospitality is just top notch. I really I will always support those hospitals, and that's very important for several people that have medical conditions, or if you're an older person, then sometimes you need treatment or you need to go into the doctors like every week or so. So it's very nice to have that at your convenience. The sixth pro is McKinney is very diverse. There's so many people here of different races and cultures and ethnicities. There's people from all over the country that come straight to McKinney, or they come somewhere else and then they go to McKinney. But the fact is that McKinney is a melting pot of different people, which is amazing, obviously, because especially for people of color, because we don't want to struggle with racism, we don't want to deal with all that. So it's nice to be around your people so you feel more comfortable. So it's nice to have like somebody of your community that you see walking down the street or that you see at the store, somebody that you can speak your language to. And I know that a lot of people have concerns. A lot of times people are just wondering, like, are certain cities diverse? And I just tell them, like, the Dallas metro in general is pretty diverse. So whether you're mixed, whether you're East Asian, whether you're South Asian, whether you're European, or whatever you are, when you're gonna come here, you'll probably meet somebody who came right from the country that you came from. So that's amazing. And along with that comes different places of worship as well. So there's different like churches, mosques, temples, and just so many other places of worship here. So that's amazing that you can also connect with your religion. I know, like, where I used to live before, our place of worship was like really small. Our community really outgrew it, and the next place of worship was like 40 minutes away. So nice to have that convenient to you, like 10, 15, 20 minutes away. So that's amazing. Seventh pro is being in Collin County, because people in Collin County typically make more money and they save more money than people that live in Dallas County. And then, not to mention that Collin County actually has like the best schools. And guess what's the #1 best county to live in Texas according to niche.com? Yes, you guessed it. Collin County is voted #1 out of 204 counties in Texas for families. 5 of last year's top 10 largest growing cities were in Collin County. So that's how you know that we're really on the map here. So not even in McKinney, but anywhere that you live in Collin County is going to be a good choice. Obviously, depending on like what's your priority, like schools and other things. But it's just amazing in my opinion. But with everything sweet comes something sour. So we're going to talk about the cons of living in McKinney, and starting with #1 is the heat. Now the heat is very crazy. Like, I am not playing, I'm not joking when I'm saying this. Not the weather, the temperature stays above 100 degrees in the summer for a week or two straight. And that is insane. You can't even go outside sometimes. If you want to go outside and you want to go to the lake or something and you want to get in the water, whatever, or if you want to go to the pool, several people are at the pool around the summertime. If you're not used to that, then you're going to get really hot. And I know that several people from like the north that have been used to living in cold weathers, they come here and they just really hate the heat. And then there's like the people that just love it. They're just like, oh, I'm so glad, like, it's better to have this heat than scraping snow off your windshield for oh so many months out of the year. So that's great. But just don't think that we just have heat and heat. because we do have all 4 seasons. Okay, just want to put that out there. Now the weather in general is kind of weird sometimes because we're kind of like up there on the north side of Texas, and we also get like the warm like tropical climates from like the south that come up. So sometimes we have like really bipolar weather. Like I don't know if that's what it is, but I mean, sometimes, like, especially in the spring when we're transitioning, summer, it's just really weird weather. Like, literally, I kid you not, in a week's span, we had like 4 seasons within that week. One day, we had like really sunny weather. This was like around springtime. We had very sunny weather. And then, like, 2 days later, we had like heavy rains. We had heavy rains, and then we had hail the next day, and then we had sleet the other, like, a day or two later. So that was like very crazy. I don't know if that was like the same order it happened in, but just know that it could be raining when you go outside, and then by the time you come back home it'll be very sunny. Then tornadoes, we don't have like too many tornadoes. I mean, like, I've never personally been affected by a tornado, but that doesn't mean that other people haven't. But we have like very like strong winds sometimes that'll probably knock something down and then cause damage to your home or something. Or like the hail will sometimes cause damage to your cars, so it's good to get a comprehensive type of insurance for your car if that's an issue. Well, that is going to be an issue. I wouldn't risk it because a couple of years ago we did have like really big balls of hail. Sometimes we'll have like a tornado that causes like damage like in the northern sides, or have like cause some damage like in the south side or something. And you know, one year we might have like a tornado that causes no damage, but it's just not, we'll have like several tornado warnings, but nothing will ever happen. So I can't really like speak too much on that because I've never been affected by a tornado. So if you're worried that you're gonna get blown away by a tornado, then trust me, I've been here for over 6 years and I've been in Texas for like all my life. Never gotten like any damage done to me or my property from a tornado. But yeah, hail damage is something that we've had, so both on the house and on our vehicles. So make sure you get that insurance. Number 3 is long commute times. Now, like I mentioned, is that we are further away from downtown Dallas, and that is without traffic, by the way. So with traffic, it's just way more. Sometimes it'll take an hour to get back to McKinney if you're in downtown Dallas, especially around rush hour. So keep that in mind if you're going to be commuting. I mean, if you don't mind going that far, if you're probably traveling once or twice a week, then that might be okay. But if you're going like every day or a majority of the week, then you know, maybe think about moving closer, whatever the case is. Fourth con, which is there's like no transportation system in McKinney. Now I lied, there are like buses and stuff, but that's about it. Okay, there's not very much going on transportation wise. So you're gonna need a car to get around, and it'll take you a little longer to get around places. It'll take you a little longer to get to Plano. But like I said, you're away from the hustle and bustle, and a lot of people love that, and that's why they pick McKinney. If you guys want to be in an area that's like totally happening, like Frisco, or like, you know, like the west side of Plano or whatever, then that's your choice. So just giving y'all the facts. And the fifth con is not as developed as other cities. Like, for example, Plano is just much more established. There's not much any room for growth in Plano because Plano is like pretty much all developed. McKinney's just now starting to bloom, and I remember just in like in the past 4 or 5 years, I would go to McKinney and there would just be nothing there essentially, and like now I go, there's like always something new that's opening, like always some construction going on. There's still tons of land that needs development. Even like an investment opportunity in McKinney, like it's just it's gonna continue to grow. Okay, not so developed as Plano, but has like a lot to provide, but doesn't have like as much as Plano, even though like they're almost about the same size. So I love that it has room for development. Sometimes you'll be driving and you won't see anything for like a couple minutes, depending on what side of McKinney that you're on. So yeah, tons of room for development for McKinney, but it's just still like in that phase of like growing. The sixth con is that there's no major shopping centers in McKinney. They don't have like malls. They have like strips of like plazas where they have like shops in there where you can go shopping or whatever, like small shops like Target or whatever, but they don't have like your malls and your high-end shopping there. They do have shopping like right in Allen, which is like what, 5, 6, 10 minutes away depending on where you are in McKinney. They have like the shops. They have Waters Creek where they have like tons of shops and restaurants and a nice place to go to and hang out. And then they have the Allen outlets where you can go to hang out as well. Collin is like literally, like I said, very close to McKinney, so you can take advantage of that. And then you have the Stonebriar Center in Frisco, which is just a couple of minutes away also, probably like 15-20 minutes away depending on where you are in McKinney. So they also have the Stonebriar Center there, and if you're already at the Stonebriar Center shopping, you can just drive 5 minutes, 7 minutes south to the Legacy West area in Plano. And Legacy West is basically like a high-end shopping center where they have a lot of luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Lululemon, J. Crew, Tory Burch. They have all those there. They have lots of restaurants and shopping areas there as well. They also have the Willow Bend Mall there in Plano in that area, and then they also have the shops at Legacy. Like so much going on in that West Plano area. One good thing is that you're near all those amazing things, so where McKinney lacks, it kind of makes up for it by being near those locations. So I mean, we don't go shopping every single day, do we? Or do you? I don't judge, but I don't go shopping every single day, probably like once a month or something. You do have like shops and boutiques throughout. You know, they do have the McKinney Town Crossing where they have like Ross or Target, and then they have like several retailers and restaurants here. So there's a lot going on. Like, it's not like it's completely deprived of anything, but just like, you know, the major shopping areas and malls, they don't have that there. Okay, that's the end of this video, you guys. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, you already know to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe if you guys want more content like this. And remember to reach out, you guys, because I will be more than happy to help you guys with your buying and selling needs or answer any of you guys' questions. You already know that all my contacts are going to be in the description box below, so don't hesitate to reach out. And make sure to check out my other videos as well, where I go around other suburbs and discuss other information about the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I will see you guys in my next video.